Running the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie has joined us for an early edition of Monday, the last day of June.
It's Monday. Golly.
Tomorrow's July the 1st.
And then coming up, 4th of July on Friday this year.
We will have our first special guest tomorrow morning. Chief Michael Ted Evans will be joining us from the Meridian Fire Department. He will be our first official for many visits to come from public officials from the city of Meridian. They've basically been banned the past 4 years of attending, speaking, or getting near us because, well, they'd lose their job. This point blank is what was told to them. That's not made up. That's just the facts, ma'am. So we'll have our first one. It should be entertaining, and we can't wait to have him abroad as we'll start to learn more about Meridian. It's like the gates are opening up for information for you to know what happens in our fair city.
Well, I tell you what he's done for Meridian Fire Department has really boosted them up, and for him to have a chance to talk about they're fully staffed. That's something that hadn't been able to get accomplished. So it'd be nice to sit there and talk to him.
And he got dunked a lot with Judge Nick Lisi.
Saw some videos about all that getting dunked in there.
Yep. And also Chief Randall Davis from the Marion Police Department got dunked out this weekend. They all volunteered to have that done to them.
Yeah, he called me. You know, I never understand, or I never realize what he's wanting until it's always too late. Chief called and said, "Are you going to be in town Saturday?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm going out of town." He said, "Okay." I had a little something that I was going to get you to help me with. Then I find out watching the Scotty Ray Report over the weekend what it was he was wanting me to do, and I figure it was get in that bucket.
Well, he asked me to, and I said, absolutely not. There's a lot of things I'll do for the community, but water ain't one of them. I do not get dunked.
Well, it's not, but yeah, you do.
That don't matter. I don't like water, and I ain't going in it. I have a traumatizing experience, and I just don't do it. But it was fun out there. We all sat around, had a great meal at the back porch this weekend, and we'll show you some pictures of that coming up here in just a little bit. That's not long off from now. Numerous reports, Odie. I've got actual pictures. We have people on the scene this morning all around the Marks, Firestone. It's Naked Man.
Oh, in his usual area.
He's been there. This is where it gets confusing. Is I've had reports from somewhere around 11:30 of him being there, and now he's back out this morning. I've been getting reports since 5 a.m. There he is. Has been what the thing has been said with pictures. So hopefully it's daylight now. Somebody do something.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's responded or what, but the general public is seeing him a lot this morning, more so than they wanted to see him.
Saw a lot of him. Huh?
Yeah, to say the least there. Anyway, that's happening over in the North Hills area, so keep that in mind. And as I brought up in the first show, prayers to firefighters in Idaho. Just an attack on firemen.
Yeah, and this is something, it's really sad when you see fire departments across the country having to issue bulletproof vests for your firemen.
How big's that got to be after you get on all your fire gear?
That's tough. To even have to, police officers, that's part of their job every day. Some media, just to make sure when they're reporting that something doesn't get strayed, but you're fired. It's just somebody you wouldn't think you would ever have to see getting protected like that to go in and help someone.
But that did happen this weekend, and then of course I think the guy committed suicide. From the best we understand, a gun was found near the body of this guy, and it looks like that's what it was. And the weird thing is, no one knew, and it hasn't been released yet. Why was he doing it? Why? It makes you think, okay, this guy has been thrown out of a fire academy, he lost his job, and he has a vendetta against firemen.
Yeah, was there a letter that stated what his reason was? Or is there a background they can do to find out what kind of fella this is?
What was that movie, Speed? You remember that? Where you could only get, it ended up being all about a pension because he
all he got was a gold watch.
Yeah, and he was upset about it, and so he wanted to take it out on them. And that was probably loosely based on some type of real story somewhere.
Oh, well, people complain about pay, and people's pay can always do it for a raise, but we all take that job. We all know if and what the retirement is when we take it. So, nothing should be a surprise when we end and say, what do you mean, this is all we're going to get? It's always published what you're going to get.
Yep.
You agreed to it. You could do some pre-planning and do your own retirement plan too. But yeah, we see that all over. That's one of those that may be like the old-timey Dragnet and some of those other cop movies that were actually based on true stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably so. The White House done a little trolling this week. I don't want to show the video, but it was kind of funny. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
The big, beautiful bill is going to be voted on probably by Wednesday, and it's looking better for Trump to get that. But do you remember the commercial? Which one was it? A Coca-Cola ad to where the guy gets tackled by somebody? I can't remember who made it. Like Big Joe Green. What was that?
Oh, where he threw his shirt to him at the end of the game.
Well, this guy was tackled. It's kind of similar to that, but just flattened. Whoop. And he jumps up and goes, "Vote for the big beautiful bill." It's funny. It really is. But the Mean Joe Green, boy, that is, you think back on Coca-Cola commercials that stick out. The song of "I'd like to teach the world to sing," that one on top of the thing. And then that Mean Joe Green commercial. And then, of course, the Coca-Cola trucks at Christmas is always
with all
one.
The lights and
that always sticks out there.
The bear.
And now you and Greg have immersed into the biggest Coca-Cola commercial lately.
I'm telling you, that Coca-Cola commercial is could go nationwide. Yes, we did.
It was.
Hold the hot Coke out. We're going to show y'all the full version because as usual,
I think I saved it. Greg is there's stuff in Greg's head that nobody else knows about.
It's not much, but what he does have up there
can be funny from time to time. We'll be right back, and we're going to tell you all about the car chase that dealt with fireworks that led into Meridian this morning early. 2 cars, Newton County, all over. Jody Pennington not taking anything. No alligators were involved in this story. We got that coming up.
Arm wrestling, fighting alligators. You never know what you're going to see.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook. And remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Garrett Outfitters on 8th Street is getting you ready for summertime. A large selection of cool hobo shirts. Maybe it's short sleeves. Maybe you need a pair of shorts. If you're going to be cutting grass or maybe riding a tractor this summer, you're going to need a straw hat to keep cool. And as you head to that favorite fishing hole, don't forget you'll need a pocket knife along with a great rod and reel. And if you earn your living in the woods, don't forget to check out their big selection of snake boots, Carhartt pants and shirts for any occasion. It's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. I was really trying to push that button with my left hand, and I'm not as good at that.
Well, could you split your eyes where one looks right and one looks left?
Well, we're going to get into, I mentioned the gator thing a minute ago. Well, you want to talk about fun this weekend. The sheriff's departments, Newton County and Neshoba County, had fun picking at each other, and we were putting the pictures and I wasn't making them, of the alligator situation that came about. We're going to show
good
those
stuff.
Pictures. It showed a lot there. Did you know that we had somebody shot at yesterday?
No.
I had just left the inauguration. Did I say that right? Inauguration.
Well, we know what
we're pretty close there over in Marion. Larry Gill and all of the aldermen got reinstated. So I went over to Highway 39. Somebody was coming back from Stennis Drive toward Meridian and reported, I just got shot at. And I think they hit my car. So I decided, let me stop here where they did. And they pulled into the Chevron there on Highway 39, right before the red light.
Yeah, kind of at the split on the old Poplar Springs Drive or whatever it's called.
Mississippi Highway Patrol, several units showed up, and yes, sir, Bob, if you'll look closely as we get into that, had one graze here, and then a second actually strike the car there. As you can see inside there's where the bullet went in. He was not hurt. And most likely, whoever this was that shot at him did know him. It wasn't just a random shooting, I think, because he suspected, but he said, I can't say I know for sure, but I feel like I knew them. And so I don't want anybody to think there's some random guy driving down the road. They were targeting this fella.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he was not hurt. That's the good news out of that story there.
That is the good news. We got people already naming this the Great Alligator Debate.
Let me get over here, Odie, of where this let me find where this started. I think we need to jump to this story because it really was fun. I've got it here somewhere.
It's in one of them many tabs that you got squared away.
We had a lot go on this weekend, and we're getting to all of it. I ain't there yet. Okay, it started out here. This would be on the 27th, which would have been Friday, would it not?
I believe so, yes.
Newton County had to bear wrestle another gator this weekend.
The gator wrestling started probably a month ago.
Yeah.
When one got a gator, then the other one got a gator, and all of a sudden it took a hiatus there for a little while, and then Friday it really kind of popped back up.
They had to go ahead and duct tape his hands behind his back there so he wouldn't jump on off there as he's transported to a new area there. Anyway, Newton County was on this, and as they said, Sheriff, it's your turn in Neshoba County. Well, let's see here. Let me see where they fired back. I was close here. It'd come back with some arm wrestling. It would lead to
got that saddle hooked on it.
Eric riding an alligator.
I'm going to fight my way through.
Then the Chuck Norris came.
Oh, and Jody had to save him.
And I'm trying to find the Trump one, and I'll have to search for that one in a minute. But I just added a new picture on there just a moment ago, so we'll find it in a minute and pull it up to where you can see what's going on with it. But
it good fun.
It was in between the two departments, and somebody was telling me about one of those gators that they had wrestled out of Eric, or one of them was sitting on top of him. They had him calm, and they were getting ready to put the tape on him, and somebody walked around the corner and said something, and then the gator liked it because they had one hand getting ready, and it got real dangerous for a second there. That gator stuff is serious, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
So some of the things that went on with gator hunting this weekend, I ain't found this other one yet. But
Weir's Valley, Tennessee. Good morning, Emily.
Here we go. This would come back. Eric Clark's game would have to answer this. This come in from Newton County first, from Neshoba County. Make alligators great again. I love Eric Clark. And then the final one that was just sent in a few moments ago. Newton County published this one. Gators. Now, that's pretty good stuff. I don't care who you are. But again, we certainly enjoyed that, and it was just some pure fun.
Yes.
Had by all this weekend by the local sheriff's departments.
Yeah. Yeah, two great guys right there, and they definitely are out working for their counties, and hey, you've got to have a little fun every now and then.
Yes, you do. Now, I mentioned this in the wee morning hours this morning. Let's see, 3:30, I think, is when it all started. Someone broke into a fireworks stand in Newton. They were in two cars. They tried to clean it out, Odie. One headed toward Highway 80 West, so deputies had to split. One went toward Highway 80. Others followed I-20 into Meridian. The streets they would come. They would set up spikes, bust a tire on 80, and they were arrested right at the Lauderdale County line on Highway 80. So speeds got up to 120 miles an hour, but they got them. Lauderdale County deputies arrived to help out Newton County Sheriff's Department. Into Meridian, the car chase would come. Boogie there, speeds getting up to 116, 120 as they made it in. And, of course, they would get off and they would take the back roads trying to elude police, but it didn't work. And as we go here, here's the ending result this morning. This would be near Highland Park. It actually ended on Highland Avenue, 26th Street and Highland Avenue.
Yeah.
Crickets were out early also.
Both them up.
And here's some still pictures of Jai Leach standing there on the scene. Can't miss him. He's a little taller than everybody else.
He's a little taller than everybody.
And here's another view of that. And so they were taken into custody. 4 people total who broke allegedly into a fireworks stand over there, took everything they had from or close to it. They got a lot.
They had to put it in 2 different cars to hold everything.
And then off they went. But it had a good ending. Bad guys taken to jail. We should be getting some pictures there from the Newton County Sheriff's Department after Chris gets a little nap and Jody gets a little nap from arm wrestling. I mean, it's a tough day.
I wonder if they'll be able to see the show between those bars.
I don't know. We'll have to ask them. They may not have TV down there.
Might not.
We've been in there. We got a tour of it a year or so ago.
We did. Yeah, we got to ride in their armored vehicle. That was fun.
I just don't. I don't remember what was in the jail.
Yeah, I don't either. You know, the Bear Yacht, it doesn't have TVs and internet and all that good stuff. It's a jail.
Correct.
What'd he say? If you want some hot water for those noodles, you better turn the shower on. You don't even get a microwave over here. We got 3 meals, and that's it.
Better enjoy it.
Yeah.
We go to 45th Avenue. This was, I'd gotten up, I was getting ready to go to church, and I heard this, and I had to go. We had a female officer in distress who was in an altercation with someone. Now, we haven't gotten clarity what it was all about, but I do know that the Sheriff's Department assisted. Meridian Police Department was there. Metro showed up to take someone, and I do know someone was cuffed or detained. I don't know what the charges were at this point, but as we go here to 45th Avenue, as you can see, we had a whole bunch of folks there yesterday. As we look at this, they were lined up down the street. Again, we don't know what started it. Hopefully we'll get a little clarification a little bit later on. I don't think it was anything major to the police officer as far as injuries, but some form of a little tussle there in the beginning as police officers arrived for backup.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I don't have the answer for this. I don't know if we'll ever get back to the being able to include 2 people per car like we used to or not. Would it be safer? Yep. Don't know.
It really, and it would keep other cars in their respected area, so they're not having to back up from different areas every time, because you've got backup in every vehicle. Takes a lot of people.
It does.
And hopefully that's something they can get back, get their allotments filled, get back to 100 officers.
Let's hope that does happen. It's going to be a game changer coming up with all of this, and we'll get into this as to whose name who's voted in. All that coming up today. We'll have the inauguration beginning at 10 a.m. today at Temple Theater. And then tomorrow is the first city council meeting with all of your new
elected officials. So
we'll see if they all get voted in. All that's coming tomorrow of who's being presented. We'll see. More on that as we get along this morning. We'll be right back. We're going to tell you about a drowning that happened here in Lauderdale County that involved a doctor. That's next.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Welcome back as we begin this early Monday, 73 now as we wait for a high about 88, 89 along in there. And there is a 70 and in some areas an 80% chance of rain today after 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Grass is going to grow.
Already, I just cut both places.
Probably knee high
it's
again.
Already jumped up. And Bob, yes, there is a, I don't know if you would say an expiration date, but all elected officials must be re-oathed every 4 years.
Well, there you go. Howard joining us from Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know if you remember the song. It was Hank Jr. sitting in the Knoxville courthouse. Ain't got a thing to do. Hadn't heard that one in a long time. Knoxville, Tennessee. Kenny Chesney sang about it several times.
Shirley, we're not going to find out police chief today. The earliest that'll be tomorrow at the council. This is just the inauguration of our new board and mayor.
Well, there we go. We'll see what becomes of this. Hopefully, it's going to work, be voted in, and some direction headed toward the Meridian Police Department is what we're hoping for. We'll have a lot more to say about that once that's done.
Yeah, once everybody knows and names are released, we'll see.
I'm going to be doing a neighborhood watch speaking tonight, and I've invited this certain person who's nominated for it to come out. We'll see if he can make it out to this and be in presence of listening of what people have to say in the community. So we do hope that. State Boulevard there. And I'm blank on the name of the church. It'll come to me. I'm going to look it up in just a moment of where we'll be tonight. I will look that up and tell you. It's right there on State Boulevard on the left where all of the election, where they got to go speak.
Golly.
I'm blanking. Ralph, I am so sorry. It'll come to me in just a moment there.
Is it Ralph's church?
Yeah.
Oh, that's on top of the hill.
Yeah, and what's the name? I can see it as clear as day.
Golly, it's right there on the turn where you go to West Hills. It's right there on
with
the
corner.
School. Yep.
Yeah, it'll come to me in a second there. As we mentioned, there was tragedy that struck Friday in Meridian behind Briarwood Country Club. Now, again, this was not actually Briarwood Country Club, but someone who lived that joined the golf course. A person was reported missing. They'd been missing for roughly 30 hours, and then they were found in the lake. Apparently a drowning victim, and of course, as always, an autopsy will be done with this to discover what happened. As we go here to take a look, here's the Meridian Police Department on scene as we look at this, as it comes across. Yeah, you can see there as everybody arrived, that was the shortcut there to get to where he was. And as we would learn with that, the details of that, of who it was, of course, a doctor in our area that passed away.
Yeah, very sad for the family there.
Oh, I just, it's horrible there. And again, it was identified as 72-year-old John Cope. I am not familiar with him.
I'm not either. I think
But a
he
lot
was
of people
an
knew him.
orthopedic
Yes.
surgeon.
A lot of people knew him, but I just didn't know that. Somebody said they had rotator cuff surgery from him. Very nice fellow there. Prayers to the family. Horrifying for something. Very relatively very young, 72, 73 years old, that this happened to. As that updates, we will pass more information along to you.
Life Community Church.
Life Community. Whoa. Sorry about that, Ralph.
Well, it wasn't us, but our wonderful viewers out there knew the
answer to that.
Knew the answer to that. Miss Wilda is on it this morning with Miss Jean. And yes.
I happened to be going down the road Friday, and
you driving on the road?
Passing the courthouse, and I saw somebody running. Then I saw MPD. Then I saw somebody from the Sheriff's Department go. I thought, well, I'll just ride over there. And it went over toward where Landrum Motors were. As you cross over, it's Grand Avenue.
Grand Avenue.
You go right past Hills, and then a few blocks down the road, everybody was gathered up. And I pulled up and got to looking, and somebody had handcuffs on them. What's going on here? And well, as we go there to take a look here, it got wild there for a minute. And let me turn this on. As you'll see police, you see where this car is here in the corner.
Yeah,
that's where they were taken into custody. Let's go around the corner here and take a look. And hey, that picture didn't go on there that I got. I got where the Sheriff's Department made the arrest there, and the guy was hiding underneath some cars. Well, I thought, as I couldn't get an immediate answer, and it looked as though it was an escapee. Let me explain what happened. And I did do that, and Ward called me and goes, well, that's not exactly what happened, because at the time that he began to run, he wasn't actually in custody until he ran, which got him in custody.
He was just in court.
He was on bond and going before the judge in connection with a murder victim. Had some type of knew some knowledge, whatever, and getting ready to walk up before the judge, and he goes, I got to go to the bathroom. And the judge said, sit down. Well, he didn't. He took off down the hall running, and out the back door of the courthouse he ran, jumped the fence, and everybody behind him. And so, although it was an escapee, it was a running, which got him a bench warrant back in jail.
That didn't look good for your case.
No, it did not. And again, there could be some other charges affiliated with that, and so we'll wait to see all about that.
That's one way to assure you're not going to win real easy.
Yeah, and he has been taken into custody. Maybe I'll say this right. Jadarian Lewis was his name. And again, all that happened at the courthouse. That's the first time that's happened.
Wow.
That's called stepping and fetching is what that's called.
Getting up and going. So he was it accessory after the fact or accessory before the fact?
Accessory is the way it was worded to me. I'm not sure if it was after. It may have been after the fact, but had some type of connection to a murder that took place in 20 years old. So we'll see where all this leads.
20.
When it happened, when he was charged on that back in 23, so he'd be 22-ish.
22, still your whole life.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
We had somebody else try to run from the Popo this weekend.
Uh-oh. How'd that go?
Well, they wrecked. Here we go, live from the front porch. As we come back around, you're going to see the car in the bushes right up. You see the headlights up there?
I see some, yeah.
Right there. Didn't work out so well for them there. They were taken into custody.
That tree didn't move.
No, it did not. They do good for a little while, then they just can't hold it.
Yeah.
And normally ends up in a bush somewhere. We did have a pedestrian struck at 5 Points this weekend, and this would be near the old Acme Plaza. Yeah. If you're sitting at the red light and you go right to go toward the hospitals on 14th Street, right there at that red light. It used to be the Dixie gas station. Now it's called... it was Nixie. I'm not sure if it's still called...
I don't think so. I think it's got a whole new name. But Acme Front Street, 14th Street.
Yeah. Budget printing is there now.
Budget, yep. Used to be the old vacuum cleaner store.
Yeah, sat there for years. Now nobody vacuums.
Or if they do, they just throw it away.
I tell you what.
Yes.
Times have changed there. But that happened over the week. It wasn't serious. After being struck, she kind of dusted it off and got back up. Now, police were called to the same location some 30 minutes later of a possible assault in that area there in that same location. So that was a happening little corner there for about an hour.
Well, there's some people who don't have a place to go that likes to hang around a couple of those buildings there, and they're always walking across the street.
And you can get bumped if you're not careful.
You've got to be careful.
Walk right out in front of your car, so to speak.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it was nothing bad. Now, surprisingly, and this is surprisingly, after last week, we had so many people shot last week.
Wow,
there ain't no way to candy coat that.
No.
Deaths, 14, it's just round after round. I have to look at my numbers there. Over the weekend, no one was shot. Very little gunplay. We did have a little bit brought up here in the 46th Avenue area around Royal Road. That's not far from where we had one of the murders this week in the home.
That's right.
No word on the other two fellows that are in intensive care from that shooting. It was 3 people shot. 1 died at the scene. 2 others were rushed and were in critical. And we hadn't gotten an update on that lately. But gunfire in that area, but no one struck. Surprisingly, I would have bet you a wooden nickel that it was going to continue to escalate there, and somehow or another kind of calm down.
Yeah, we hope it stays that way.
Oh yeah, we definitely do there.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Brenda Smith. Good morning there. Glad to see you, Miss Pat. It's Miss Pat's birthday?
Yes, it is. I got her down here, 73 years young.
Ooh, she makes some good pies.
Anything she bakes is good. I went rumbling.
We're just thinking about it.
Spring is here. It's time to get your lawn looking its best with Kubota mowers. Parish Tractor's Kubota Z232 KW42 is the perfect mower for a pristine lawn. And now, you can own one with payments as low as $95 a month. Visit Parish Tractor today and take advantage of this amazing offer. 2.99% APR financing now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
More than a tractor store.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. They carry the Nixon tire with free roadside hazard service, along with high-tread used tires. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
All right,
Here we go.
We're going to be getting more information. I just got a note from Newton PD that we are going to have an update on this and possibility of a little bit of a change of what the crimes were that involved that car chase that led into Meridian. As soon as we get that, we'll update the story.
Yeah.
What we originally got was it was a fireworks stand. He's saying we need to make a little change, and we'll see what that is here in just a little while.
But, that's how you do stuff. You get updates as the story develops.
Let's see here.
It works out good to get the correct information out.
Well, there you go. No more naked man. I hadn't got any naked man moments here in the last few moments.
Maybe he's hot.
It may be. We've had some beautiful actresses through the years, and this was one of them. We got to go back a long way. She'd be over 100 if she was still with us. Anybody remember the name Susan Hayward? She was born on this day. Beautiful lady.
Man, this is natural. This is not AI.
Yeah, all of that.
This is natural beauty right there.
This was back in the day, long before all that, doing those black and white films and the famous days. Now, this is what is interesting. This is one of the all-time biggest movies and booksellers that there's ever been. 1936, it would go to print, and by 39, it was a movie and would forever be in our hearts across America. Is Gone with the Wind was published by Margaret Mitchell. And then onward would come Captain Rhett Butler, who we would know as Clark Gable, who graced the silver screen. That was a big deal. Yep. Now, this guy, you don't know his name, but you know him as Big Enos.
Big Enos and Little Enos.
He just needed some Coors beer. He's having a birthday today. Pat McCormick, born in 27.
Good stuff, right?
What do you say? It needs to be a little speedier than that.
Yeah, pay the boy, son. Pay the boy.
That is an all-time favorite movie of mine, Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, yeah.
Did you realize it was 55? 1955.
I wonder if he saw that.
Johnny Carson, one of the best there ever was when it come to nightclub, night show talk host. He was it.
Yeah.
Long before the ear was bitten. I guess he was teething again, wasn't he?
Yeah, I will say that.
Mike Tyson, born in 66 on this date.
I mean, he was tough.
Fly like a butterfly, bite like a crocodile, something like that, wasn't it?
Said, knock the fool out of you. But for $3 million, I'll get up there.
He looked tough until he spoke.
Didn't nobody make fun of him neither.
But he had that little baby
you're
sound.
Right now. He didn't sound right.
Big fella. And then
that's probably why he got as tough as he did. It's kind of like a man named Sue.
I hate that girl ain't here because it was 1979. This would be. I can remember standing in the Piggly Wiggly seeing this. It was on the cover of TV Guide.
Daisy Duke.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you, honestly, I sit here and I think back on that as a kid watching that, and it is so hard to think that was that many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Life has somehow or another got in fast mode, and
yeah, it has definitely.
And we lost Cletus last week.
Us behind. Yeah, we lost Cletus. But these are shows that. Kiss my grits.
That's her.
Everybody knows old Flo.
It didn't last long, but about a year of her own show. It just didn't have the oomph the other one had. But
you couldn't replace Mel's Diner.
Tavak, Vic Tavak,
something like that. Yeah.
He had charisma in that gold chain back there in the kitchen with the little white hat.
It was called Alice, and Alice was, I think, supposed to be the main character. But I think Mel and Flo were the two that took over that show.
And then there was that little thing called Vera.
I couldn't think of her name. She was just so naive. It was.
Oh, Vera.
Flo was hilarious. She was.
Those were the days. Let's see here. I remember this also. 1984, they call him the boss, Dancing in the Dark. Hit for him. Went to number 2.
And boy, he went down the wrong path.
He went liberal.
Yeah. Bad.
And you would think born in the USA it'd be a different thinking, but
yeah.
That's the way it is. We lost a legend.
Yeah, that was tough right there, Spanky.
Now, I don't know what he looked like after he became an adult, but I guess I should have looked that up. But that's old Spanky. He passed away at the age of 64.
And probably didn't do anything. That was what he did and what he was known for.
Do you remember Stymie?
Yes, where?
He was from that Stymie. You remember him? He wore the little hat and was in the Little Rascals.
Oh, yeah.
What was interesting about that story was it was a fellow in a nursing home, and he kept telling them, I used to be on TV, and he passed away, and sure enough, then they find out that he was telling the truth all along, that he was Stymie.
They thought he was just crazy.
Yeah, and they didn't realize, but it really and truly was. It's kind of like I don't know if you've ever heard the Garth Brooks song Cowboy Bill. You ever heard it?
Yeah.
And Cowboy Bill tells all these kids, he tells them stories about when he was a Texas Ranger, and everybody in the town tells him that old man's crazy. Don't listen to him. Until the one day he didn't show up and tell the story to the kids, and they went to his house and they find him lying passed away on the floor, and he's clutching a letter that says Texas is proud. He was a Texas Ranger.
Man.
And now he was a hero to all the adults. Oh, that was a strong song. You remember this guy?
I remember this guy.
Created the Nashville sound. Chet Atkins passed away some 24 years ago, y'all.
That has been a while.
I just, ooh. I wonder if did you think he stopped and got some pudding on the way out?
Is that or a fudge sickle?
Bill Cosby was set free on a technicality.
But didn't they start that back up again or something?
I lost track of it. It's kind of like that thing I talked about this morning with the Rust movie. It just goes on, and I've kind of lost track of what's what.
Whether they found him guilty or technicality or whatever, we all have that now, what it's done to us, because we held Bill at such high regard.
Dr. Huxtable.
And then what he did for the kids back with the school bus.
Can you do before that of hey, hey,
hey, hey, hey. Yeah, old Fat Albert.
Fat Albert. And I think he done the voice also of the one that wore the that one.
Yeah. I can't think of. I used to.
It started with an A, didn't it?
Yeah.
Buckethead or something like that, maybe. Yeah, it's been so long I can remember Saturday mornings waking up and seeing that, like most of you probably.
America's Dad, Bob. I mean, we had him on such a high pedestal.
And that went south real quick, didn't it, y'all?
Yeah.
My, oh, my, oh, my.
That's tough.
We'll be right back. We got more to talk about. More went on this weekend. We'll tell you about a couple of, responds that the fire department had to do. Mm-hmm. The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low-profit dealer. Massey Supermart.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. We had a shed catch on fire. Did I tell you about that?
Ooh.
It happened there. It would be there on Pinecrest Drive. Nothing left of that.
No, it's gone. Everything that was in it.
Christmas decorations, a whole 9 yards.
Ooh.
Gone, Odie.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than losing that. Let's see. We also had an early morning as Meridian Fire Department last night ran out to a fire. Ended up not being really anything to it. The fire department showed up and they were on it. A little smoke was seen, but no major fire.
That's good. It didn't take him long to get there either.
No, they were on that and handled quickly. Now, late yesterday afternoon, after we had the car shot, there was an accident over near Lost Gap. And let me see if you can see this.
Oh.
Let me get down there. You see it down in the bushes there?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, that van ran off the road, as you can see, slick, and off it went. They had the on-ramp blocked there so that they could get that out. Lewis Recker showed up to give them a little Humpty Dumpty ride, so to speak.
Yeah, we'll get you out of there. Come on.
And there it is as they winch it back to the road. Wow. Slick streets. Y'all be careful. We're going to have this again this afternoon.
Yeah.
So be cautious, be cautious. Where was this at? Now, let me see here. This was going to be I-59 around mile marker 85. That one's gone. We're going to go ahead for the insurance company and call this a total loss.
That's a total loss. I have to get your checkbook out for that one.
Yeah, that can't be fixed. as they say. I even went to 40th Avenue and 29th Avenue, 40th Street. This intersection, there's always a little boo-boo there. If you're familiar with this area there, we had 2 cars involved. Fire department helping out as much as they can. Minor injuries involved with this, involved 2 cars. As we'll look at this, they got that one pulled out of the street there. But they were doing their best to help that fellow there to where he could drive his car off there.
Instead of having to get hauled off.
Yeah, so that happened. But again, no major injuries, but there were some minor involved with that.
I'm glad everybody's going to be all right.
I had a visit out of the Cotton Gin also. Well, it used to be there. Kind of miss it if you go by it now.
Not there no more.
Highway 45 north, as you would come up to Russell Tompton Road, as we see a car off in the median, and again, wet weather caused this, Odie.
Ooh, I bet that right there is a wild ride.
It was slick. And there's just, you can't control it. And there's another area, y'all, when y'all go past Ricky Simmons' place there on Highway 45 and that, before you get to Lauderdale,
yeah,
slow down. It gets everybody down in there.
We're responding there all the time.
And it's not always injuries, but it'll sure mess up your car.
Yeah. I think Ricky spends as much time there as we do. You know?
You're right.
Oh.
It does. Let's see what else we had happen this weekend. I want to get over here to this as we talked about, and I hate that I didn't get a picture of Chief once he made it from Marion, Chief Randall Davis. I had to go somewhere else, but we did capture this.
I can tell still smiling. Of course, his hair's not wet, is it?
Not there yet. But it would happen as they were having a Jeep show. As we look at a few of these pictures, had a lot of things going on there at the back porch.
Yeah, tennis player. You want no baseball player.
Oh, he opened.
Talking smack.
He called him a tennis player and he got dunked. Now, what I can't tell you is somebody said, "What was up with the water?" I ain't got a clue. I think that could have been pond water. It's a little dirty, wasn't it?
We're not going to give you no clean water.
Nick Lacey, the judge, jumped on in and took his. It was a lot went on there, and that was a lot of fun. We ended up eating there. Greg Marion was out. We all sat around, had Rob was with us, and it was a big turnout there. So we enjoyed ourselves Saturday as we were there also. We went right on over. Where was it? I got to find my pictures, Otis. Here we go. Meehan. Let me tell you, they may not vote out there, but they sure come out for barbecue.
They don't vote, do they? But nary one of them.
I just couldn't help but say that.
Oh, I tell you.
But it was a big turnout to come out and get all the food. The barbecue was excellent as people lined up to get those plates. Got quite a few sold there. Door prizes. They really worked extra hard. Streets were lined. Look at that. Streets were lined
up. A lot of people definitely support me.
So we don't know all that was raised yet. They were still collecting as we left, but a big turnout for that, and we do appreciate that of them doing that. I also had a chance to go over for the crowning. I got to MC this event. And I can't thank them enough at the Preserve for having me over. And here we are. Michael Ted even joined me over there. Miss Dot, who we always hear a lot about, who's his best buddy in the whole wide world, took home the crown as she is the prom queen. And then that's Miss Dot Atkinson. And then Jesse Williams also won as we look at this. Let me zoom.
That's pretty cool.
She was a sweetheart. She was inquiring about Naked Man and how he keeps getting away.
They ain't put Michael Ted on him yet.
No, he'll catch him. But that was a lot of fun, and I cannot say enough thank yous for inviting us out and letting us be a part of that. That's 2 or 3 years in a row that we've done that, and we do appreciate it so much. That means a lot to these folks, something to look forward to, and they award so many different awards, Odie. And your mom was also prom queen.
She was prom queen over there at Brookdale. Yeah, proud of Mama. They do so much at both of these places that boost
morale,
activity, and morale. I mean, they have something to look forward to. I mean, that's a huge deal with our. I mean, we're getting there. We're not real far from it, but. Mama fought it, but once we got her there, she said, I'm happy. Thank you. Activities.
Yes, sir.
Just some activities.
I had a Chet yesterday morning, got up early, and he was on a boat in a Oak Tibby somewhere, and he sent me this picture. Look at that.
That is,
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful. Only God can paint pictures like that.
And I want to say I got in a few other pictures of around there. Here's one.
Oh, man.
Let me get that off the screen. I don't know where that come from. As we look at this one, look at that.
That's eerie, yet beautiful at the same time.
Highway 19 North at House, Mississippi. If you're coming from Lauderdale, that's 19 North. If you're coming from Philadelphia, they call it South for some reason.
Nobody can paint better than God.
You aren't kidding.
Bob's not far from it.
What's he been painting? The house?
No, Bob Ross.
Oh, okay.
He's got them happy trees here and there.
Natasha sent me this picture. You talk about snapping a picture at the right time. Look at this lightning. And it's coming on down, making a fork there and tapping somebody. But Bob really was, him and his happy trees and how he... I was not given that art. I can't paint. I can't draw.
I can't paint step by step watching Bob.
Now, I know I tried out there at that wall underneath the tunnel, and they gave me a thing, but trust me, they didn't let me nowhere near the lines.
So you had to paint just in the middle, somebody else would come trace it for you?
After messing up many things when we built our house, Angie asked me to never paint any more trim ever again. I can't, whatever purpose, I can't do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talented people in this world, and I ain't one of them. Hey, I got a picture from Pascagoula. Look at that.
Oh, now that's nice.
Isn't it? A big thank you to Joseph Dean for sending that picture in to us. We like those vacation pictures.
Maria, Mama's doing good, and Memory's got surgery on the 16th over in Jackson for her back. Hopefully get this going so we can get her back on her cancer treatment. She has gone through it, so prayers for my daughter that this continues to help with her. And at 73 celebrated the 70th birthday for class of 73.
Ooh, I didn't know about that one, Cliff.
Man, look at there. Well, we know Bob has gone on and painting alongside God, but he's still got TV show you can watch.
That's right. Kim says she's pretty good at that trim work. And it takes a steady hand of doing that. And, usually mamas are real good at that to where they can still paint and yell at kids at the same time. I'll whoop you if you don't. And they keep going right on going. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, I know Mama can drive with her left hand and beat the fool out of me in the back.
That LTD arm reach.
Yeah, boy.
We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia, at docstoyota.com or on Facebook, and remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Whoop! That was fast there.
Yeah.
We'll have birthdays in just a moment, so make sure to get yours in a couple of more minutes before we get to that. I was asking Odie about this on the. Let me show y'all this picture here. This
down
is
here in L.A.,
Lower Alabama.
Yeah, Baldwin County, where Alberta, home of the Sausage Festival.
Problem is, they don't know where the guy was flying the plane.
Yeah, he got out and said, well, I'm not going to stay here.
Is it kind of like one of those chases in Meridian where they leave the scene? You don't typically hear about that in airplane crashes.
And he probably, look, I need to go get checked out. Went to the hospital. I didn't couldn't find an update on this. But yeah, they responded to an airplane crash and nobody around.
Yeah, so I, as of this morning, we don't think they found out anything either, have we?
Yeah, still don't know for sure. So, yeah, even Kim said her mama kept a switch on the dash. Charlene's telling it all. Mama told me, sit still so I can hit you.
Yeah, like right.
And I did too, because that meant she was going to get me again. She'd pull over.
Everybody remembers that.
Mama was tough. That was back before you could call and say, my mama's treating me bad. The only reason my mama whooped me is because I deserved it.
Probably so. We've all done something we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I don't. Eric Trump, do you think he could take over as president one day? They're saying that there's going to be several people within the Trump family that will emerge eventually as political candidates.
I think Eric could. I'll tell you somebody who could. It may be a couple more years. But do you know the name Barron?
Yeah, he's got to be 35 before he can do that.
Yep. But you're talking about somebody who is being groomed for that and to take over the family business as well.
Well, you got Don Jr., who is a little. I don't think his reputation would.
I don't either.
Because he's I don't know. And Eric just doesn't have that tough look like his daddy does.
No, but he's a heck of a businessman. He is.
But
he doesn't have the tough look, but he does have the tough actions.
And, this may be why Trump didn't go ahead and endorse J.D., but J.D., that boy is pretty good. He's a great spokesman. I can see he's presidential material from everything I've seen so far.
Well, now, so what would be wrong with J.D. moving to president and having Eric as his vice president?
Because Trump doesn't go second to anyone, and I just don't see him allowing that to happen.
Now, Donald doesn't, but Eric doesn't have... The only reason Eric's got the name is because of his daddy over the last 8 years.
Correct.
He hadn't been in the limelight. He hadn't pushed, so he needs a little bit of a boost.
Like, I would almost see Ivana in line before him. Was that girl smart?
Yeah, she's hot too.
Is she? I didn't notice anything like that, Odie.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. When you have both eyes closed.
I had them both closed there. I behave. I don't know about you.
Now, that'd be the first woman president.
I just see her as stronger than Eric.
She's tough as nails.
Laura is on, Fox as an analyst at this point. She I don't think she's got that oomph like the rest of them do. Like in a match, I think Ivana could take her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But who knows what will happen over the next 2.5 to 3 years of who will emerge from this as the next person to run.
It's going to have to be somebody that's got...
I don't want to discount JD because he really...
No, I like him.
He is very persuasive. He come from nothing. He's got a great background. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think JD's got the oomph behind him to push forward and continue making America great.
Now, what is this Chris talked about, a book that was written a long time ago that says Barron Trump would be the last president of the U.S.?
There was a book, yeah, and it talked about something along the lines of Trump had a time machine and went back in time and talked about his son Barron and how he would run for president. I hadn't read the book. I read some little notes on it. But yeah, it's Shad White for president. I don't know if Shad could do that.
No, I don't think Shad will go there. Governor's what he's aiming at. Several of them are aiming at that.
I would like to see Shad, if he's going to leave auditor, go to lieutenant governor. He's got more power. He runs the Senate. do 4 or 8 years there and then move on to governor, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, a lot of people's bidding for that governor this year. They haven't all officially came out. Officially, we've got Delbert Hoseman, and isn't there one more?
Yeah, Andy Gibson.
Andy Gibson, agricultural guy. Those two have already came out.
There is rumor, and we'll say alleged rumor, of Duff running, of the Duff brothers. There's rumor of that happening.
Yeah, billionaire in Mississippi, businessman who owns a conglomerate of businesses.
Insurance
so he knows
banks
how to run
and
it. Tire shops, auto shops, and you name it, they got it.
And Lynn Finch. There's rumor that Lynn Finch wants it.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna, and it doesn't matter who runs. It's gonna take one thing, and that's people to go out and vote for who you want to lead for the next term. But I'm still saddened on how many people go vote.
We can't change it.
You can't change it. 30%. It's just amazing that we can't get people to actually go vote. You can get them to complain, but you can't get them to go vote. That's a tough little deal.
We had an R&B legend pass away over the weekend. Walter Scott Jr. has passed away. He's a lot of big hits during the 80s. He was in the blues. He's passed away there. All right. We got any birthdays, Odie?
Woo, look at here. We've got some. We got Phil Odom had a birthday Saturday along with brother Tommy Espy. And yesterday, Monica Melinder and Chief Randall Davis.
He's got a birthday.
He had one yesterday.
Well, he didn't bring it up.
I know it. He's trying to hide behind that. And then today we've got Jennifer Avera Lott, Paris Trawick, Dina Turley, Pat Coker.
She's a great cook.
Just when I say the name, she is a awesome cook and takes care of us. DJ Barfield, Mark and Ann Schroeder celebrate 48th wedding anniversary. And Michael and Tracy May has an anniversary today. Marla Courtney's got a birthday. Ben Jones. Kadrian Williams turns 30. His mama Pamela Williams had a birthday Saturday. Jaden Clay turned 15 Friday. And David Anders, 63 today.
Well, that's a heap of birthdays there.
Yeah, it is. The book was written in the 1800s. Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that.
But I've heard that said before. I just don't know where it come from or what the book might have been. So it's an interesting concept there. As we conclude the end of the show, already into the 8 o'clock hour, we look forward to seeing you a little bit later on at the Temple Theater as the new mayor will be inaugurated today. He'll take the oath of office, and then so will the new folks that have voted in the council.
Yep.
And then tomorrow we will have our first meeting of that new council beginning at, what is it, 10 o'clock?
Usually 9 o'clock.
Third floor of City Hall. So some form of changes are coming. We don't know what, but got to be better than what we've had over the last 4 years of a new direction.
And we've got 3 new council members.
Yes.
Huge change. We've got a brand new mayor. Well, not a brand new mayor, but a new mayor, another term. And then 3 new council members. Doesn't matter who is where, but those 2 entities have to work together. And so hopefully we can get that going.
Is that a late birthday there?
Yeah, Connie Dunn had a birthday Saturday, so happy birthday.
What about Maverick?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Maverick Holloman had his second birthday was Saturday. Look at there, the terrible twos.
They have started.
Watch out, Richard.
All right, Odie, you got a Bible verse for us to
let's see where good Lord's going to take us to. Matthew 5, verse 10. Blessed are those who persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You know, it tells us that that before the Lord comes, we're going to be looked at as a whole as a Christian being a bad thing and persecuted for being a Christian and supporting and pushing God. But we cannot let that hinder us. We've still got to push the Word of God, show God's true love, what God's love can do for them, and we will have everlasting life in the kingdom of heaven. End of times is coming. Read your Revelations and keep God at your heart and ask Him for forgiveness. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all out and about. Tomorrow we'll be back early in the morning. Until then, remember, we love you. Have a great day.